Good evening, everyone. My name is Hina Mehdi. I am a dental assistant instructor in one of the community colleges here in BC. Today, the topic that I'm presenting is exploring the world of WordPress. We were given a few topics, and out of all of those topics, I wanted to present WordPress because I have utilized it in my teachings, and I've also as a student, also I've used WordPress, student of PIDP, I've used WordPress. So I wanted to share my knowledge with all of you. So I am pretty aware that this is not a unique topic. You might already be aware of WordPress, but because I'm very passionate about WordPress, I give out information on WordPress to my students while I'm teaching. So in that case, I found an opportunity where I could really showcase WordPress and my information on that. So I wanted to present this. So what exactly is WordPress? It is, if you search it on Google, you'll see that they tell you that it is a content management system. For people like me who are not very techy, I'm not very tech savvy. So I would like to say that it is kind of like creating your own website, a system or a website where you can go and create a website of your own where you can upload content, whatever you desire. So for example, my field of education is dentistry. My professional field is dentistry. So if I need to upload a topic about dentistry, let's say tooth whitening or the role of fluorides or toothbrushing, and I want to educate my maybe patients as a dental assistant or a dentist, or I want to educate my students. And I want to create this website where I would upload all the content, the latest research on dentistry. And of course, I don't want all that hard work of learning how to code and all of that. You don't have to be a developer to use WordPress, really. So you will be amazed to find out that it was initially released in 2003, but at that time, I don't believe that a lot of people knew about it. I myself came to know about it just before COVID. So before COVID, all of the classes were in person for me. I was teaching in person. And then once COVID hit, we were very limited in our resources, and we were very limited in moving all our content and data online. So at that time, I took my course, I think it was Fundamentals of Adult Education in PIDP, and that's where I came across WordPress, and I knew about it already. So then COVID hit, and then I was like, oh yeah, now I'm going to use WordPress. So when we were in a dilemma, people were searching for ways to go online and conduct their courses. I already had a hint about WordPress, and so it was easy for me to quickly move on while people were still figuring things out. As I told you, all my classes were online, in person before COVID, and they had to now move online. Our college, they started with Moodle. Again, it was a learning curve for all of the students. It was a learning curve for me as well because I've always conducted classes online. But then because I already knew about WordPress, and if there was any content that I wanted to share with my student, I would upload it on WordPress, and they were able to, get their hands on with that content. They would be able to get all that information that I wanted to share with them. There was a limitation with the emails. A lot of PowerPoints, they were too huge to be attached to the email. So at that time, WordPress, it came as a savior and saved me time and energy. And I was able to upload everything that I wanted to tell to my students, any lectures, any content about any of the topics that I wanted to talk to them about. And then I'll upload it on WordPress, and they were able to access it from anywhere. A lot of the international students, they had to go back home because of all the pandemic situation. So a good thing about WordPress was that even if they were in the other continent, other part of the country even, they were able to access all the information that I had to share with them through the platform that we are talking about. So the first heading here is excite. How does WordPress excite me? when I look at WordPress, even when I made my first free account with WordPress as a part of an assignment for PIDP, it really excited me that it is very user-friendly. It would actually guide me from one step to the other, and I did not require any help from anybody else, not a developer, nobody at all. It had a lot of things that I could choose from. And of course, there are certain plugins also. These plugins, they do not come with the free account, but you can always, like kind of like add-ons, you can pay for them and you can get your customized themes that you can incorporate into your website. This is open source and free. You can create your own account. You can create a free account. You can create multiple accounts. But then your website would not be your exact name. It would be, let's say for me, it will be hinamedi@wordpress.com. So in that case, it would not be directly addressed, like it would not have your name in front of the domain. But of course, these are all add-ins and you can add to them, you can pay for it, but the free account doesn't come with all those add-ons and plugins. Very responsive design. It actually guides you from one step to the other, and it's easy for you to create your website in this case. Scalability is diverse. You can use it as a classroom tool. You can use it to engage with people and peers from your own field. I feel like from a group presentation to a wider, it caters to all those levels. I have somebody joined in the meeting, so welcome, Paul. Thank you for joining in. Sorry, I can't hear you. I think your mic is muted.
Sorry, yeah, I just got home and realized you're already in session, so I'm sorry. And it looks like I'm the only one, eh?
Yeah, apparently. And but I really appreciate you joining in, and I think I'm 10 minutes into the presentation already, but
oh, okay.
Are you familiar with WordPress?
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay. So so it's kind of like where you can create your own website. It's an open source free account that you can create. And I actually was introduced to it in one of the courses in PIDP. I was doing adult fundamentals of adult education, where as a part of an assignment, it was introduced to us, and then COVID hit, and I was already teaching a dental assistant program at that time. So I was struggling, and it was an in-person, very hands-on in-person program. So when COVID hit, of course, we couldn't go to in-person classes. So at that time, I started utilizing WordPress as, whenever I needed to share content and information with my students, I was using WordPress, especially when international students, they were, due to all the pandemic and everything, they were sent back home, and it was sometimes difficult for them to access internet, but it was easier for them to, I just would give them a link that they could just sign in every day and look at all the content that I had, uploaded there. So therefore, I have incorporated it into my teaching as well. So as a part of final presentation, previously my students were using PowerPoint presentation, as all of us have used in the past, but now I feel that students, especially people who are introverts and who don't like to present, come forefront and present to everybody, do not have the presentation skills. They like it even better if they can just upload all the content along with pictures and explanations and everything, their research and everything on that website. And of course, everybody can, connect with them, interact with them, comment on that. That's basically it. But I was talking, when you joined in, I was talking about how it can be used as a good educational tool. So like I said, that we can create these websites for individual courses. Like, for example, the course that I teach, it has smaller, shorter modules. So I would create, I used it temporarily, but then our college, they started using Moodle for student management as a student management system, But for a short period of time, when everybody was struggling, dealing with going online for everything, at that time I created a website for each of the courses, and then I uploaded all the content for each of the modules. WordPress can also be used for blogging or journals. For example, the students, my students, when they go for their practicum placement, as a part of their placement, they have to create journals every single day when they go to their practicum placement. They have to journal everything that they do for the day. So they can do that on WordPress. Like, for example, if they have to do a group project, that can also be done through WordPress, where they can join, all of them can sign in at the same time. They can make live edits also. So very temporarily, but I did use WordPress, and going forward, I will be using, like I said, for final projects, I still use WordPress as a tool for my students.
Okay.
Engagement part, let me just quickly share that with you here. So where is that? I think it is hiding behind. Here. So this is one of the, so like I said, that initially we were struggling with how to upload content and how to share it with, because when you attach it to email, sometimes the presentation is too huge to be attached to an email. So we then started uploading things here on WordPress. So this is not the one that I used for my college. I just created one as a part of my assignment for PIDP. So this is part of that. So here you can see that it would give me areas where I have my published posts, right? And it gives you a timestamp and everything. If you have to, I'll have to move the screen a little bit. So if you have to add a block, or if you have to add, move your post to a draft now, you don't want to publish it anymore, or you want to delete it, all the details are here on the sides, on the side here, right? And this is one of the
And
things.
is there a size limitation to what you can put on it?
I'm not aware of any size limitations. I had longer blog posts that I added to it, but I'm not aware really about that. So see, this one dates back to 2020. It's an older one, so I've been using it for quite a bit, but I haven't had problem with the size of my blog posts. So if you want to, let's say, these are all the ones that I have in my recent posts. So let me just say that. Add a new
So
post.
as a URL, they would not type in www, but they would type wordpress.com.
WordPress.com. Also, it doesn't give you your name. For example, like my field is dentistry. So I would want it to be saying something about dentistry.com, but they would say dentistry.wordpress.com. So it wouldn't give me like my desired address. But then when I was researching for this assignment, I came across wordpress.org, and that's where you can actually customize, but then of course it's not free. You have to, pay for it. So like I said, quickly, when you press on add, you can add a paragraph, a heading. It would, give you all these different options. What do you want to add in your blog post, and different patterns. And these patterns also, of course, you are limited. There are certain add-ons that, of course, the themes you're limited in your themes when you have a free account. But with plugins, of course, similar is the case with images. Sometimes it doesn't give you a lot of options if you need to add a certain image. It doesn't see. These are ones that I've added, but then when I try to publish, either it is pixelized or something, it's hard for me to add these. So the ones that they already have in there, these are the ones that they work better with WordPress. Now I have lost my presentation. Oh, here.
Oh.
All right. So like engagement, like I already said that you can, whoever is interacting, you're interacting with, they can leave you comments, just like website where people are leaving reviews for you. You can.
Do you get feedback on who visited it or how many times it's been visited?
No, there's no limitations on that. Not even limitations on like I am not aware of limitations on how many people can interact with you or
No,
leave
not limited, but does it notify you if someone has visited it?
Yes, it does.
And does it tell you who visited, or it just says
For
visited by
that, you will
one
have to
person?
sign in to see. And also people can, sometimes people, they don't say who visited until they leave you a comment saying,
Oh, okay.
Let's say Paul visited and left you this comment, oh, this is a very good and diverse topic or whatever. Right?
Okay.
Until you leave a comment about your name or anything, it wouldn't tell me who left a comment. So
But it would tell you that someone did visit it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So how many hits you get on it, you would
Yeah.
definitely
Okay. Well, that's
be
good.
informed. So at that time, I actually did use it for different, polls, quizzes, feedbacks, assignment. There was a group project the students had to do, surveys that they had to do. So I used it with, I was using it a lot at that time when we were in trouble. So I think maybe I'm not able to explain things better. So for that reason, I just found a very good video.
What is the best
on
e-commerce
YouTube.
business to start today?
This
Is it
is not part
drop
of the
shipping from
presentation,
China,
just an
selling
ad.
products?
What's up, guys? So if you're watching this video, it's
This presentation, this is the video where I came across WordPress.org, the one that I was telling you about earlier, that how it will give you that flexibility and you can have that your desired customizable user, website name.
probably because you've heard of the name WordPress because you're looking to start your first website. If that's the case, then I highly recommend sticking around till the end of the video. But first, let's answer the question of what is WordPress?
Can you hear the video?
Yep.
Okay.
Simply put, WordPress is just a software that you use to build your very own website or blog and publish it on the internet. It is also called a content management system, or CMS, for you tech whizzes out there that like the lingo. It was created back in 2003, and since then it has become one of the most popular website publishing programs in the world. In fact, WordPress powers 30% of the internet. That's a lot of freaking websites. And guess what the best part is? It's free. Why? Because WordPress is an open source software, meaning that there's thousands of software engineers out there that are working on it every day to make it better and better. So shout out to those silent guardians, watchful protectors, this is a Batman quote. The beauty of WordPress is that you're able to choose from 11,000 different themes, which are just template layouts that determine the look and style of your website. You're able to tweak all of the text, including fonts and font sizes. You can create buttons, you can upload your images and videos, and much more. You can also choose from over 55,000 plugins and widgets to help optimize the functionality of your website. So this is for people that want to maybe start a store or open up a gallery or whatever it is on their website. There's endless opportunity. Oh, and building your website with WordPress is all online. So you can build your website from anywhere that you are as long as you have an internet connection. So, how does WordPress work? Well, back when the internet was still somewhat of a new thing, the only way to make a website was to use code in HTML or PHP format. And your web browser would just interpret this code into colors and text and spaces that would form your website. Well, WordPress works exactly like this, except no coding. Basically, it takes any change that you make on your website and updates the code for you and then updates your website. So never touching coding. Thank God, because that stuff is like Japanese. To me, I'm American. Now, if you're looking to make your first website, you may or may not have noticed that there's a WordPress.com and a WordPress.org. So you might be wondering, well, which one should I choose? Well, WordPress.com is where you can go to make a free website with their web hosting. But there's a catch. Actually, there's several catches. First, your website could be deleted at any time if WordPress feels that you have violated their terms of service for any reason. This is because, number 2, you can't use ads to make money with your website. Number 3, you can't upload any plugins which help you optimize the functionality of your website. Number 4, you can't upload a customizable theme. You only have their limited options. Number 5, you do not own your domain name, so it will say something like yourdomainname.wordpress.com. And you're likely here because you want to make your first website with your very own unique domain name and no limitations. If that's the case, you're going to want to be self-hosted and use wordpress.org, which is just where you can download their free software. Let me explain. By being self-hosted, you have access to thousands of plugins. You have a unique domain name that you own yourself. You have the ability to monetize your website with ads if you're trying to make those dollar bills. You have the option to create an online store, and you have complete customization over your website. So how do you create a self-hosted website with WordPress? If you go over to createaprowebsite.com, I created a completely free step-by-step guide that walks you through the whole process of creating your first website with WordPress. And you can do it in under 30 minutes. I walk you through getting your hosting, selecting your domain name, and customizing your website. So check it out. I'll stick a link in the description for you. And before you go, every new subscriber and like that I get on this video helps my...
So I wasn't aware of WordPress.org before this. I thought that it's just kind of like a free software for everybody to make your own website. But then when I was researching for this assignment, I came across this. I don't have a lot of information on WordPress.org, but just WordPress.com I've used for different educational purposes in the past. All right. I don't think that you have any questions because
No,
I mean,
and that looked like it was a free one too, I guess, with a certain limitations.
yes. No, but
Yeah.
then WordPress.org, they said you have to create, you need to have your own hosting. So you have to pay for your hosting, right? But WordPress is doing your hosting for you when you are using their .com free version. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I guess if you're hosting, you have to have like a computer running all the time to be able for it to be a host. I don't understand it, but I'm just assuming that's
My
probably
husband
how
is
it
a
would
software
work.
engineer, so for any software that they create, they have to host it somewhere. So they have
Has to be live and running all the time.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but for WordPress, like for example, for me, I'm not a content creator, I'm not an influencer, I'm just using it for educational purposes. So for me, it's okay, whatever themes that they're giving it to me. I don't need to monetize my blog posts, my journals, my course content. It's fairly safe also for colleges. For example, my college, they're very particular about their content, so they don't want it to be disclosed. So when I asked them permission for uploading my content to WordPress, they were okay with it because their IT department told them that it's pretty secure. So your data there is secured. I mean, I have used it. I liked it. I like it that it's user-friendly, but of course, I think it depends on how you are using it. What is your field, and you can, if you want to customize, go to another level with the plugins and add-ons.
And you use it with students currently?
I'm teaching dental assistant program.
Yeah, and so you have students visit your site as part of your teaching?
They are actually creating their own blog post as a part of their final presentation.
Oh.
So as a part of their final presentation, I asked them to create a blog post on some new whitening technique, let's say, or Invisaligns, or something innovative, something new that they might have heard about. It's not too much elaboratively discussed in their books. And then they go do their research and then create their blog post and share it with each other. And go there, go to other people's websites and leave comments and any remarks that they need. And of course, I give them feedback at the end, of course.
Well, that's too bad. Now I've got mixed feelings about having attended, because now I can't do this as a report. I can't use this as assignment 5. Yeah.
Um, for me, it's assignment 1 for media enhanced learning. Are you in the same course, media enhanced learning?
Yeah, but I've got 2 assignments left. And but I was just curious of what WordPress was. But in assignment 5, you have to do a report on one that you haven't attended. So I can't use yours now because I attended it.
Yeah, but you attended it partially, not completely.
Yeah,
So
that's
if
okay.
you want to use that, that's fine. Which
Yeah.
one did you posted your this presentation
My
already?
assignment 1 is done. Yeah, I did it on Kahoot.
Kahoot. Okay.
Kahoot in the classroom. Yeah.
All right. Maybe I can use
Yeah.
that one for the one that I did not attend.
Yeah. No. Well, thanks very much.
No, thank you very much for joining in. I think I was halfway done through my presentation, but I hope you go and look through WordPress and see if it's something that interests you.
Yeah. Yeah. I will.
All right. Have a great evening.
All right. You too. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.